Alrighty. Oh, come on. This mic arm has been a real thorn in my side for some reason. Like, it worked just fine not too long ago. Like, when I first got it. Like, what? 4 months at this point? I don't know. How long have I been streaming? I think I've been streaming since... I don't remember. It's been a few months. How long has he been in Smash? It's been a few months, right? Or at least a year. Yeah, so a little bit more than a year. Fuck, how long have I been streaming for? Long enough. Alrighty. Yes, we were making conclusions. I'm guessing this means there's nothing more we can do, right? Oh, maybe there is.
I'm not saying.
Please escort this suspect
Ooh.
for interrogation.
You can keep on talking.
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes. I discovered some time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
I don't think it's Nelligan. I think that's a wrong assumption to make. Oh, for real.
Leave me alone, please.
Nelligan's innocent. That's more of a motive. I don't know, like, for some reason I just have this thing in me that doesn't want to, like, say, like, I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to explain how my retarded ass brain works. Nelligan's actions just seem kind of weird for someone if it was a murderer. Like, why return? Why not get it? Like, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like a motive to kill him as opposed to what Hurtley has going for himself. You know what I mean? Also, the whole kind of thing where like they're hiding the fact that Hurtley was a gardener for them the whole time. Like, it was like a strange thing to lie about.
This place is not covered with dust. An object was...
The pouch thing is kind of a weird thing. Yeah, it's kind of strange though to like lie about him being a gardener. Like that's not doesn't really necessarily, you know, cover up a love connection. No, it's like it's strange. It's just kind of strange that as soon as her husband's dead, they're like, all right, let's keep this under wraps. You're not my gardener. I hesitate to like call something like, oh yeah, that's definitely a murder. Like that one part yesterday where the guy was like, that doesn't prove that I was there, and he's like, now that we've proven your presence. I like the ambient noises inside the police area.
These are the suspect's belongings.
Maybe. Let's see.
These footprints appear to be quite large.
Oh, that's considered done now. Wait, does that mean I still have more? What the fuck is this? We are not going. I have to go back. Oh yeah, I remember that. I was like, I ain't going back, and then I walked over, saw the fuse. I'm like, oh fuck, we have to go back. That was a fun game to stream. It's not a very good game, but it's a fun game to stream.
This place is not covered with dust. An object.
Maybe I talk to him now? Oh, that was the shortest read I've ever seen. You're not even reading the book. You're just trying to look smart. I don't think so.
I'm not saying. What am I doing here? I've done.
Looks like it. You wouldn't hide it if it wasn't this, right? That's footprints at Wogan's Lee, thus proving that he was there. Judith denies that he was their gardener. Yeah. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside of Black Peter's cabin. It explains his presence at the scene of the murder. And the break-in attempts are made in order to recover the notebook that had been lying in the pool of victims' blood. This proves that the guilt of the person who made these attempts. John Elgin could have been caught stealing the bond certificates. This might have been motive for him to murder Peter Carey. I hate thinking. I mean, Hurley would be skilled enough, right? I'm not sure, actually. Well, I don't have anything on Karen's. John Hopely Nelligan murdered Peter Carey. This proven by his dishonesty and the fact that he was at the scene of. David Hartley murdered Peter Carey. The motive was jealousy, and his love for Carey's wife. How come I can't fucking... There we go. It takes forever for it to flip the page. That's what's wrong. That I know cannot describe these feelings, and my fucking microphone fell down on my cock. Thank you for your care, but I cannot leave the man with whom I have been bound by God. Yeah, so these are his footprints. Oh, wait. So Peter Carey killed John Nelligan's father. But he wouldn't know about that. Peter Patrick Carnes told the story of how in 1883 he had observed Peter Carey throwing a man overboard. The man had been saved from the sea only the previous night. The man was obviously Joshua Nelgen. Patrick Cairns is a professional harpooner. Like many sailors, he is a heavy smoker, and his yellow fingers indicate. I think it might be Cairns. I could be wrong. The person I think it's the least likely to be is Nelligan. According to Hurtley's letter, and by his own words, he hid something at the spot where the gardener's tools are kept. He is a gardener at Woodman's Lee, so it should definitely conduct a search. No, yeah, Nelligan just kind of seems like a victim of circumstance. Piece of stock exchange certificate belonging to the Canadian Pacific Rail. It was found inside the sea ship's logs and that's how we get Cairns. Okay. Yeah, so the stolen valuable papers doesn't explain if it was Hurtley, right? Like, because Hurtley wouldn't steal them. He wouldn't really have any reason to steal them. Yeah. I do find it kind of strange now thinking back that he would have been like, oh, yeah, no, I lost my pouch. And he's like, oh, there it is. So he's kind of saying it like he recently lost it, right? Not like something that he's had lost for a long time. But I don't like how this is worded. Like, this means that he was at the scene of murder and thus proves his guilt. That's not how guilt works. I really wish they wouldn't word it like that. And we're also assuming that the harpoon was thrown at Peter, I guess. So yeah, I guess if we're talking about throwing a harpoon, which by the way, that's a very small room to be throwing a fucking harpoon in. But if we're throwing a harpoon, then yeah. But you can just use it as a fucking spear, and then anyone can stab someone with a harpoon at that point. But I guess if we are basically confirming that it was thrown somehow, we confirmed that it was thrown, then yeah, I guess it does require some sort of feat of strength. But it is just kind of weird that the only person that we like, it's kind of weird that we would be like, oh yeah, it was this guy, you know, the one that we didn't put into police custody. I just find it kind of, I guess maybe like even flirting and falling in love is enough to like want to hide it, but it's kind of strange they would go to the effort of hiding the fact that he was their gardener, you know? I don't know. I guess we can go with this. Oh, you can absolve people? Fuck. Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns. Cairns is a professional harpooner. His tobacco pouch was found inside of Carey's cabin. Patrick is a cold-blooded murderer. He has been found guilty of the murder of Peter Carey and must be punished. Patrick Cairns killed Peter Carey, but the murder was not premeditated. It was in self-defense against an armed and irrational drunken sailor. Let's go check out the murder scene real quick before we make that kind of conclusion. I didn't realize you could, like, fucking absolve people as well. That's cool. I like that, but I didn't know. Let's see the state of his body. Yeah, so he had a drink, right? Yeah, so there have been people drinking. So this was... There's 2 glasses.
Rum. A sailor's drink.
So that would have been yeah, if it's a sailor's drink. I don't see him sitting down having a fucking swig with Nelligan, you know? What the fuck? Are we in the morgue now? The hell did the body go? Where's Peter's body? No, it wasn't. It was fucking gone. It disappeared. There's no body here. I want to look at the body to see if I could find signs of a struggle that I didn't maybe notice before. But the body's gone. It's not in the morgue. All right. Now it's definitely Cairns, because he stole the body. The other 2 suspects are in custody. It must be Cairns.
I'm not saying another.
It's the only possibility at this point.
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
All right. Well, I guess we make a crazy story, Mr. Lestrade. The victim's gone. I don't know. The pouch proves that he was there. Which is kind of suspicious. I guess only him and Nelligan might know about the bond certificate. Again, I don't believe Nelligan's the murderer. And we're assuming apparently that the harpoon was thrown, even though there's no evidence of that. But apparently the game's telling us the harpoon was thrown. Again, zero evidence of that, but apparently it was thrown. And yeah, I guess you would need an actual skilled harpooner to pin someone to the wall with a fucking thrown harpoon. So yeah, I guess we'll go with Carnes is guilty. The question is, do we condemn him? Or do we absolve him? We condemn him. Because it's kind of weird, if it is Carnes, it's kind of weird that Carnes would show up to a place that he knows is a murderer and like be like, oh yeah, I'll just chill and hang out with him without a premeditated, you know, intent. True. Again, though, I couldn't check that because the fucking body was gone.
If you wouldn't mind, Mr. Holmes, could you explain it to me?
As I informed you on our way here, Patrick Cairns is the murderer of Black Peter.
Why bring me here? Wouldn't it be better if we were out looking for him?
That would be futile, as he will be with us in approximately 12 seconds.
Oh, well, if this is your idea of humour...
No, I just heard the front door. Prepare yourself.
Good day, gentlemen. A young lad gave me a note from Captain Ahab. Am I at the right address? Is he here?
Indeed, it is the correct address. But in place of your captain, may I present to you Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard?
That means...
It means, my friend, that you are arrested for the murder of Black Peter.
What? What? A trap? You think you can take me?
Here now. We'll have none of that.
Even Sherlock has traps. Oh, well. He went down. Oh, shit. The fucking inspector just got clocked, dude. Oh, yeah, press Y.
Lestrade, are you all right? Are you able to stand?
Oh, my jaw. God. He took me
You
by
seem like you're in a
surprise,
lot of
Mr.
pain.
Holmes. Otherwise, he would have seen what I'm capable of.
Yes, he was lucky.
But you got him.
It was remarkably easy. He lost his balance after he struck you.
And you practice boxing, I know. You must have hit him hard. Our fellow is knocked out.
We should call for a police cab and then take you to the hospital.
Yes.
Then.
Well, no need for a hospital. I would prefer to keep this between us. You know.
Of course, Inspector. The case is closed.
Peter Carey was murdered by Patrick Cairns, a professional harpooner, the only one capable of executing such an accurate throw. Again, I really find it kind of bullshit that the harpoon being thrown is such a bullshit conclusion. I'm sorry. It actually irritates me. His tobacco pouch was found inside of Carey's cabin. He is a cold-blooded murderer. That's not necessarily how it works. But you have decided to bring him to justice. Hold to check your conclusion. Oh, is this where it tells me? No, I'm fine. Accept decision. Warning, you're about to finish the case. The save file for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Press yes if you agree with your choice and you have made and you are ready to start a new chapter. People who solved the case the same way, but only 40% of those people made the same moral choice.
This trip to the countryside will be
So
good
was
for
I
you,
right?
Holmes. As your friend and your doctor, I really do recommend that you give yourself a complete change of scene. Fresh air, brisk walks, bird watching, chopping wood.
I don't know. I thought
Sounds
it would tell me.
intolerable. I mean, certainly it sounds delightful.
But you haven't yet told me who your friend is, the one we're going to visit.
He is a bee lover.
A bee lover? Do you mean that he keeps bees? That must be Mrs. Hudson, bringing the warm cloth that I requested.
There is someone to see you, Mr. Holmes.
I have no time. Send whoever it is away.
Yes, Holmes, I really think we ought to leave now.
Oh. The large man.
Mycroft.
Sherlock.
Oh, Mr. Holmes? Perhaps you don't remember me. I'm Dr. Watson. We met at the Diogenes Club a few years ago. I documented our encounter in a short story I gave the title The Greek Interpreter.
He does remember.
Yeah, he does
you,
seem like a
Watson.
bit of a cock.
My brother remembers everything, and that is why he is so valuable to the government.
We are about to depart for the train station.
I know.
You know?
Sherlock, I need your help. There are people who presently threaten both our country and the crown itself. You must help us with those methods of yours.
Need help. Those are not words I would readily associate with you, Mycroft.
I wrote you a letter,
Mycroft soft.
but you did not reply. And this is not about politics. It's about people. People similar to those whom you pretend to defend in your petty detective affairs.
Everything is about politics.
He
with
looks
you,
like
Mycroft.
Snape
I'm
who just
not
got out of
interested.
fucking
Have some of your
the Golden
agents
Corral.
or spies, or worse, undertake this job of yours. You are defending your people, and they have little to do with the people I choose to help, I can assure you.
That is the point. You think exactly as they do.
Who are they?
The Merry Men. He is talking about the Merry Men, a band of idealistic terrorists.
Sherlock, do please think about it. They are planning something diabolical. Your country needs you.
You need me, Mycroft, and you are not the country. Although if your waistline expands very much further.
Mrs. Hudson, tea will not be necessary. Dr. Watson, the train conductor, Mr. Parker, is aware that you will be 7 minutes late.
This guy's got his own fucking
You're
postal
in the
code.
fourth car.
Code.
The train will be waiting for you.
So wide.
Sherlock, enjoy your time in Staffordshire. And do, please, at least write to me on your return.
Wide Mycroft happy. Harpoon that was used to kill Black Peter. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad they gave that to me. Oh, now I can check. I mean, I was right, but was my moral choice right? Doesn't tell me that. That's not how fucking justice works. That is not how justice works. Oh, we're still... Get out of there. You'd think you would turn this telescope. It was either self-defense or it fucking wasn't. You don't, like, fucking... You don't judge this shit based on how good you feel that day.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Or in 1 week. I don't think it was. Maybe it was. Who cares? The fact is, he murdered someone and ran away.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away
Oh my
from
God,
the
this man's
platform
voice.
edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But,
Ooh.
Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
I really don't like
It's
the
too
whole,
dark.
oh yeah, the
Only
harpoon was
fog and
thrown
rails,
conclusion.
Nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow. Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Ooh, look how pretty it is! Oh my god, I love it! Ah! Oh my god, I didn't do that. Are you floating, Watson?
Trains can't just vanish without leaving a trace. It isn't possible. Is it, Holmes?
Yes, that's true. I'll never make a mistake, not once in this game. I'll never ever be wrong. The broad gauge locomotives on the Western Railway. Dude, I love trains. When I was growing up, dude, I fucking love trains. Who the hell didn't like trains as a kid? Trains are fucking neat.
First of all, let us examine the area where the train disappeared. First of all, let us examine the area
Fine.
where the train disappeared.
Was it this way or that way? I don't know. Imagination talent helps you visualize objects and events useful in limited situations.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
Railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
What is a railway sleeper?
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground.
You know, it's a ropeway.
The rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
I want to go this way, though. No? Okay. Sorry. Cross-type rectangular railway tie or railway sleeper is rectangular support for the rails and railroad tracks. Generally laid perpendicular to the rails, ties transfers load to the track, a ballast, and subgrade. Holds the rails upright and keeps them spaced to the correct gauge. Yes, are they? They're just these fucking things. Gotcha. Fuck, what the hell's wrong with you, Britain?
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
It's like, you know, us Americans, we're building, well, not us building it. The Chinese are building the the railways, right? And you know, they're putting down the pieces, and we see these pieces, right, as we're making them. We go, what do these pieces do? Well, they sit in a cross. They sit as in a cross position from the rails, and they essentially hold it. They tie it down. Oh, I gotcha. We'll call it a cross tie. The British see it, they go, "Oi, mate, that's a railway sleeper." By the way, I was very proud of my British accent there. I have very few things to be proud of, but I'll take it.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
I need to eat better. My brain is not functioning.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the
I need to buy
local
more
railway
veggies.
district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Yeah, 1 egg. You're good for life.
This part is probably from a locomotive.
Hey, question.
An old locomotive bell.
Could we hear the train?
This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station.
Shell and all. Don't crack it as it goes down, otherwise you have to do it again. Because, like, if we didn't hear the train, then it wasn't a fucking train. But I can't remember if we heard the train or not.
This map will be useful.
So we could hear it, but then we couldn't. Gotcha. So, okay. I'll say, like, if we didn't hear it, then it was like... Because if we couldn't hear it, then it could just be some fucking dude walking with a lantern.
Railway post bags.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
You know, because trains just don't disappear. If we're still talking about reality here. What? It just sounds like a fucking old codger.
Traces. Let's take a closer look.
What's these? Oh, I can put down landmines. Cool.
Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting here. The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches. The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials.
Like the little piano playing in the background. Dude, the bird sounds are so fucking relaxing.
This road should lead to the town of Evesham.
The ambient noises in this game are pretty good.
There was a building here not so long ago.
But I don't understand, Holmes. Why would anyone destroy the shed in such a manner?
It was disassembled in great haste. It is most odd.
You can kind of hear like rustling leaves, little birdies chirping. It's like when you're in the the Scotland Yard, and you can hear like the typewriters going off. It's really well done. I'm very pleased with that. Good job.
The whole train just disappeared. It's unbelievable.
Yes, Watson. That's why it didn't actually happen like that. Thank God for the ladder. Holy shit.
It appears that there was a small warehouse near your station and that it was disassembled. Why is that?
It was burgled overnight about 2 weeks ago. The police have already started their investigation, but I doubt that they'll find anything.
What was inside the warehouse?
Nothing of value. A few 100 feet of standby rails and some spare railway parts. But it wouldn't be easy to steal all of that. Why would anyone want to?
See you later, my good man.
What the fuck? Oh, the AI took him in this path. Mr. Robinson is located at Bridlington Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Yeah, ask him where Mrs. Robinson is. Won't you please? Nottingham, London. Train type. Train liner number 324. Composition: locomotive, coal car, first class car, postal wagon, special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson, second class car.
Here is the train set. A telegraph.
Yes. I can't go anywhere yet. Oh, yes. Most likely. I have a question, sir.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know.
Why are you getting
but
so
now
defensive?
that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington Station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
Asking simple
That is
questions.
interesting.
And he's like, how would I know? Absolutely not.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington Station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Yeah, people get mad at you for asking really simple questions anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I mean, so far this game doesn't feel too janky. I mean, it's not gonna like blow my mind with how it controls or anything like that, but nothing
Hans,
like bad.
How is it even possible for a train to disappear?
Railway post bags.
Like his walking can get kind of annoying. How he'll like keep his like momentum a bit too much. Like I'm gonna stop walking now. Like he kind of like keeps on walking. It's kind of weird.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Time to investigate you, sir. Cheap ticket. Small crotch. Rough skin. Work clothes. I mean, most of this is just like keep on panning over body until like bright blue
Please calm down, sir.
circle lights
What
up.
is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared, but I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
You feel like Batman. Yeah, when Donkey pointed that out, it's like one of the main reasons why I kind of I've stopped watching like video game reviews for games that I plan to review, because I just know that subconsciously I'm going to accidentally say the same things.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh my god, it's Doug Dimmadome.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
I've had to deal with so many fucking people like this in every job I've ever had. Well, no, sir, that's not... Oh, then I don't care. Not in the mood. Hey, that's a crock.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
I presume it was you who...
I have nothing to hide, he
says.
says. Now watch this.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a
never mind, he's actually pretty open.
device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
I was about to say, his...
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
His chin is
It's
otherworldly.
a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian, you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damn train.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you traveling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
The ticket inspector
Crikey.
forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
The storage warehouse near Evesham station was ransacked. Contained spare sections of the railway track. Chileans stayed on the train. All passengers were removed from the train except for the directors of the Chilean Barcazes Company. They were the only passengers on the train after Bridlington Station. The train vanished with all its people on board. The vanished train was carrying a special wagon ordered by Mr. Robinson. It could contain something very important. No traces of the place where it was last seen. The train conductor overlooked them? Yeah, no. Never trust a Chilean. I don't know where that's coming from. The directors of the Chilean Barcazes Company were intentionally left on the train, yeah. The controller removed all passengers from the train except the... Yeah. That's definitely... What, are Chileans a fucking marginalized group now? I'm gonna walk in this private room, apparently. How much strife do Chileans have to deal with? Sheet of paper.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Insurance organized by Thomas L. Robinson for his prototype called the Autonomous Electricity Generator, the AEG. This policy particularly covers the loss of the prototype up to 50% of its value. Oops. Maximum cover amount £15,000. Insurance duration 1 year, renewable.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions.
Okay. Time to investigate. Young age. And if only Sherlock could discover that. Clean clothes.
Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Sherlock almost fell asleep right there. You see him?
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did, and I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I have worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
And why are the instructions on you, huh? Never mind. We know that you're a rookie.
Let me speak frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything.
Wow, they just fucking...
First of all,
okay.
I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train.
They just bullshitted their way through that whole thing.
So. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
He never received any permission from the police to look into this investigation, right? He's just a detective. So he can't be like, think of your career. We represent the law. That's not how it works.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield Station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
I love Tren. Trenliner number 324. Arriving... This is at 1:30. This is at 12:30 a.m. Jesus. Departed in 35. When you depart in, I'm not gonna.
Holmes, how is it even possible for
I
a
hate
train
our
to
society
disappear?
nowadays. I can't save things I think are funny anymore.
A telegraph.
Don't touch anything, please.
Howdy. Can I talk to you guys about anything else?
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
When you leave a place in a retarded fashion, you know? What that
According
word
to this
means.
document, you have insurance for your prototype.
Oh, thank God. Where did you find it?
Near the telegraph station.
I must have lost it when I tried to send a message, which I was prevented from doing.
I apologize for that, but regulations state that public access to the telegraph is strictly prohibited.
Upon my word, you keep on digging that hole of yours. You have no idea who I am.
I see that you kept your grip sack with you. Why don't you leave it in the luggage room?
I've had other things to think about. I lost my prototype. And this idiot station master just stands here doing nothing to help.
Oh, but...
Well, that won't do at all. Station master, I believe that the regulations state that any passenger luggage should be taken to the luggage room.
I'll do it right away, sir. Sorry, sir.
This Robinson is quite a character. We should learn more about him.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
Reminds me of that one time when I was working at the bank. I had a call from a guy. He was like, do this. I'm like, well, actually, I legally can't do that. Because, you know, there's laws I need to follow when I work at a fucking bank. And he said something along the lines of like, why don't you pull up on my account and see if that changes your thinking? Is what he fucking said to me. And the dude had like maybe like 30K. I'm like, that's very interesting, sir. But it doesn't change anything. Like $2. I mean, like, I could have been like, dude, listen, I've seen like $1 million loans. All right, this is this is chump change. Like, granted, yeah, it's more money than people usually have in their bank accounts, I guess, at least for us. But
This gripsack belongs to Mr. Robinson.
I think we should open it, Holmes. This is what they call force majeure. I'll keep watch.
yeah, it's what they call a fucking crime.
Look, Watson, a bundle of contracts. Very suspicious. We should study them carefully.
This is an exclusive sales contract regarding the prototype invention dedicated to appliance supplying electricity in an autonomous way. Emerson Electrical Company, the buyer, understands that they are purchasing this device as is and are in agreement. Mr. Thomas L. Robinson, the seller, is not responsible for any problems that may arise with the prototype after the purchase, whether or not those issues were known by either party at the time of purchase. Why the fuck is this? What the hell? Why is this in paragraph here? That's literally, it's just defining what the phrase as is means. Then why the, whatever. The buyer is obligated to make prepayment in an amount of 10% of the prototype price in advance upon signing the contract. The remainder should be transferred within 1 month term.
Mr. Robinson is the seller. An exclusive sales contract.
Wow. Shitty for who?
Mr. Robinson is the seller. Yet another exclusive sales contract.
Hong Kong General Electric Company understands the purchasing of the device. Yeah, so these are two different groups. This is Hong Kong. Hey, look, I see the Barcazas Chilean understands that they are purchasing. This is
Mr. Robinson. Yet another.
They were another group that he was selling it to.
Yet another exclusive sales contract. Mr. Robinson is the seller. Well, it is very clear that this Mr. Robinson received prepayments from various people for his machine.
That's true. Robinson is a victim. The loss of the machine is a disaster for Mr. Robinson. Even though he planned this fraud, He has lost far more than he could gain. The insurance will not cover the total cost of the prototype. How many... How many contracts were there? Was there 5? Probably not.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Because the thing said that he would get a prepayment of 10%. If he has 5 people that he's got a 10% payment from, plus the insurance policy, that's 100%. But I can't remember if there was like 5 or 4 sales. No one's here. You alright, pal? Okay.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please, sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions. Were there any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Nice snaz, bro. They're all married. Why were you pointing out that they're married?
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
You were not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on
To
me.
be fair, neither do I, and I wasn't even drinking.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
He's not exactly a reliable narrator.
Before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
The train passed through Chesterfield Station despite our being unsure if the station master sent the report. The train never passed through Chesterfield Station. The station master was drunk, and his testimony seems unreliable. He could have sent the report without witnessing the train. Yeah, he could have fucking bullshitted it, right?
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
My flashlight at work can send SOS.
Telegraph.
That's cool, right?
This Robinson fellow seems suspicious to me.
You don't say, Watson. You weren't even here for the last case, alright?
A fishing advertisement.
Our boy likes to fish. He was just
This
chilling.
bin is full of empty bottles.
Holy shit. I think so. The cartoon, you mean?
Locked. There is no sense in asking the station master to open it. We shall have to pick the lock.
Let's do it. Best minigame of the game. That's really easy. Yeah, the cartoon. And he's like, I want a Tesla so fucking bad.
These tools were used quite recently. They are still muddy. We should ask about them.
They killed one of the guys and he birthed a new one out of his belly button. I don't think we should be doing this.
Bags were recently dragged here.
What were in the bags? Oh, that's what was in the bags.
French wine. A remarkable vintage. These bottles are too expensive for a station master.
Oh, really?
They were likely taken from the parcels.
Well, SOS is what?
Shameful.
Dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, 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 I think. Dot, 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 dot.
a handcar wheelbase. Interesting. It appears that elements of the same construction were scattered everywhere. Watson, please tell me, do you believe in magic?
In a young girl's heart.
Not Holmes.
Then you are of the opinion that a train cannot simply disappear.
Well, we both know that that is obvious. Why are you asking such peculiar questions?
A little patience,
Yes,
Watson.
that's what it. Yep, that's
you will
what I was
understand
saying.
my point quite soon. So, are you quite certain that you saw the train at Evesham Station?
Well, yes, of course. We saw it coming. The headlights, and heard the whistle.
But that is it. We didn't see the train itself.
But... Oh, Holmes, I'm a little confused.
My dear little bitch. Oops. The loss of the product will bring a lot of easy money to Mr. Robinson thanks to the insurance and multiple fraudulent exclusive contracts. Yeah. The loss of the machine is a disaster, Mr. Robinson. Even though he planned this fraud, he's formula to lose. I think again, the insurance will not cover the total. Yeah, no, not this. Because again, each one of the sales said that they had to give a 10% up front. This makes hand card seems to directly connect to our mystery. Here's the hand card, see if we can imitate the vanished train.
I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object here. I should use the appropriate object.
Oh, you mean a fucking wheel on a wheel? Oh. There we go. Jesus. That was annoying.
I should use
the wheel on the other side. Ah. There we go. Jeez, that was annoying.
So, now here we have the fake train that we saw approaching Evesham Station last night.
Doesn't look much like a train to me.
Be patient, Watson. I haven't finished yet. Try using your imagination. Our train requires only a headlight and a steam whistle.
Watson, please shut the fuck up.
We need to attach a headlight and a steam whistle.
Say whistle again. Swear to God. And a whistle. Well, here's our light. Thank God for that. And here's our whistle. A whistle. Choo choo.
I need something long for the headlight to be attached.
I have a few ideas. Stick. No. This. Okay, not those sticks. That stick.
The long pole is now attached. It will
That's a
allow us to
fucking
connect
hook.
the headlight. The headlight is attached. The steam whistle is now connected. It is elementary, my dear Watson. We shall need a fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher. Now let us see what we have here.
Alright, we did it, Watson.
The steam whistle is ready to be used. Watson, I do believe that we have created an exact replica of the train that vanished in front of us last night. The criminal mind can be most inventive. I am somewhat in awe.
So such a thing is possible. If someone went to all the trouble of creating this fake train, then it was surely with the intention of stealing the real one.
Ah, Watson, you should not jump to conclusions. In fact, this does not tell us very much at all, except that the train did not evaporate into thin air.
Although you half suspected it.
Huh. At any rate, we now need to find where the real train might be hidden. I suggest we use my archives to find a more detailed map of our surroundings.
Well, I hope that justifies our having to load your massive archive suitcase onto the cab. It made us extremely unpopular with our driver.
Well, my suspicion was correct. That it was just someone basically holding up a fucking light. Train never reached Evesham. It disappeared earlier and was faked by someone using a hand car and spare train parts from Chesterfield Station. Sounds right to me. Ah!
You have quite a number of dirty tools lying around here.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you for reminding me. I should clean them. Although, it might be easier to put them outside. Seems it might start raining soon.
I meant, what were they used for?
Some workers come here and borrowed them from me. They wanted to lift the edge of the railway to one of the stations on the line, so that the water wouldn't come in too close.
Who were these workers?
Well, they didn't seem to be from the company, but they was fine lads. They invited me to share a drink, and whatever it was, it had a kick to it. They wasn't English. No, I don't believe so. But see, they knew just what a man needed to brighten up his dull evening.
Well, as long as he had fun. Game was so ridiculous. Alright, now to go check the archives.
Now we have 2 maps. We must combine them properly.
Oh, this is neat.
Here it
And
is. There
unfortunately, it
is a side
wasn't.
branch to the railway.
It take
Its
a lot of
first
effort.
switch is located between Bridlington and Chesterfield stations. There is one more station to be visited. It is located between Chesterfield and Evesham, and there should be a side railway to the nearby quarry. There is a small section of a railway at the end of Evesham station.
I was like, okay, well, there's a lake. Where's the lake on the other one? There it is. All done. Ooh, I like this area. Very pretty. Oh, fuck me. Alright, let's look at the switch.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
Yes, it does. Is that all? The fuck? Is that all there was to do?
A funny character. He looks anxious.
And he is not an Englishman.
Yeah, he's one of those chilies.
This scent is familiar to me, but in order to recognize it, I must combine my associations into one picture. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint.
It's a UFO.
Ricardo.
You already know the name of this man? Holmes, you amaze me.
No, Watson, I refer to the cigar. It is a Ricardo Tarrant, a Mexican cigar of an excellent quality. Quite an expensive one, too. This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs.
Those
Apparently, there was a conflict between the Mexicans and the
They
Chileans.
think they can snatch the future of our
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stubs. A greenish-brown cigar with a strong aroma, a hint of peppermint. These ashes and cigar stubs are similar to the one that we found on the floor. Some of the stubs were recently smoked. There are others that appear fairly old.
That means that the fellow spent several days here. Judging by his clothes, he's hardly a traveller or a tramp.
Well concluded, my dear fellow. A man who smoked the Ricardo brand of Mexican cigar spent several long days at Doncaster Station.
Newspaper articles on horse racing. Hurdle, steeplechase and flat racing. He is a true enthusiast, Holmes.
Betting slips for horse racing. The sums are quite impressive.
It can be an expensive vice. This man had probably used all his savings.
A telegraph.
Why are the telegraphs fucking whatever? Like, there's no point in looking at him because he just goes a telegraph every fucking time.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
You're on my mind, Watson. You really want to know? I can't stop
Holmes,
thinking
look.
about you.
There's a flooded area over here.
I believe that the flooded area might be worth checking.
I believe that it's my choice, Holmes, not yours. Now, where's this fucking chili? Sorry, Ringo.
Watson, would you like some tea?
No.
It's in a different room. No.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. John Watson. We are investigating the case of the vanished train.
Is that so? Well, good day, gentlemen. I am Mr. Duff, the station master of this station. I'll be happy to help you in any way I can, but there's not much that I can tell you about last night.
You're wearing a different uniform. You're a fraud. You're not even married. Well, you were. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. This whole time I was like looking at, like walking around, like I forgot that we were in fucking Britain. I thought we were in the West, like the American West. Yeah, you're not a real fucking person here. Come on, you're one of these things.
There was a gentleman of
Sorry,
Mexican origin, I believe, in the waiting room. Did you notice him?
What? A Mexican? Here in the back of beyond? Are you quite sure about that?
It appears that you may be at risk of some flooding along the line here.
You mean that the whole bloody lake is at our feet?
Quite so. But it is strange, because according to my map, there should be a quarry here, and behind that, the lake.
How should I know? I only arrived here a few months ago.
And where did you work before that?
I was working in Nottingham, but I asked for a quieter place, so they transferred me here. Life is cheaper. I can't really complain.
It's like the fucking boogeyman.
Did any
Oh,
passengers
a Mexican
leave or board the
here?
train last
Where?
night?
No, I saw no one as usual. I reported the train's passage by telegraph, just the same as all the other nights.
I observe that you are a gambling man, Mr. Duff. You had hoped that your relocation to this small town might have helped ease your addiction, but it was not to be.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
Buddy. No, I clicked on the wrong one. I went too fast.
I beg your pardon? Addiction to what?
We found a number of horse racing tickets inside your office. Well, well, we all have our weaknesses. An expensive obsession, surely, for a station master.
It is none of your business. I occasionally attend the races with my colleagues. And anyway, that's my private life.
Goodbye, sir. It is obvious that we cannot inspect the quarry. Instead, we can check the beach area around the flooded lake.
Some enormous birds, dude. Those are fucking pterodactyls. Yeah, he went into the water, like just walked in like the fucking sea monster.
Railway post bags. This post bag belongs to the station master.
My darling, I asked you to trust me this time. I shall soon have more than enough money to repay the house mortgage. It's only a matter of days. You may continue living in the house without me since that is your wish. Please know that I still care about you and hope that you will forgive me one day despite all the harm I have caused in recent years. Yours, Edward.
The station master appears to have found himself in some financial trouble.
Cornwell Advocate Agency, Main Road, BR6 9HJ, Bromley, London. In reply to your last warning letter, I wish to assure you that I shall soon honor all the latest installments that I need to pay, according to my debts. Yours faithfully, Edward Doof. The train passed through Doncaster Station. The station master reported it. Never passed through Doncaster Station. Station master lied and sent a false report. Perhaps he was bribed with the money he desperately needed. Well, I've done all I can, apparently. I can't... Didn't he say we need to go look over here? Alright, fine. We'll go bully him.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Never mind. Where the fuck did that Mexican go? I think because I started streaming, I probably can't run for president anymore.
This railway branch should lead to the quarry. Let us take a look. The rail is rusted and looks old, but the railway is still usable. The railway ends here. That is strange. The switch is rusted, but it still works.
The train could have been sunk in the flooded quarry at Doncaster Station. The train cannot be sunk in the flooded quarry because the old railway that leads there is missing some rails.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Why does he not have the uniform?
This suitcase contains my archives. We can consult...
That's that's a rather uncomfortable position to be in with your buddy.
Here we are at the beach that is located near the quarry and Doncaster Station. It doesn't look like a very good place to rest. These traces were made by a carriage. Look. Nothing in... The distance between the tracks is about 6 feet 7 inches.
Yeah, so same thing.
The vehicle would have been heavy, as these tracks are quite deep. The vehicle pressed this stone into the ground. It would have been quite heavy. These traces are relatively fresh and were made by a large truck loaded with materials. The traces found at the disassembled shed near Evesham and at the lake were from the same vehicle.
Oops. Oops. It's always the last one. Somebody stole the rails to temporarily cover the missing section of the old railway to the flooded quarry. This is a weird one, dude.
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
Can't say that anymore, Sherlock. Jeez. Get me fucking banned. We call them con artists now.
Observing the coastline and the moored boats, we are able to see that the lake's water level dropped. The lake has flooded the quarry. The dam was probably breached.
Yeah, you're right, it is a coastline.
A label with the name Las Zarpas.
Nice. What the hell happened to the water there? Like, seriously, look how big these birds are. They just appear out of nowhere. Like, these are huge birds.
An advertisement for lake cruises.
Oh, blood.
This place was abandoned fairly recently.
Hey, can you look at the blood, please, Sherlock? No? Okay. Are we not going to look at this? Okay, fine.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
I think that's everything. Unless we can go over there. That's a big no.
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster.
It didn't go through Doncaster. Oh, now I can go here? Bitch, it says examine the side. Oh my god. This is so annoying. Stop it. I don't know.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
This ashtray is full of ash and cigar stuff. A greenish-brown well...
Well, if we think it was sunk, then it would have had to pass through Chesterfield. Let's say it didn't. Means it's gonna be sunk. This is saying not possible. It didn't pass. I believe that's right for sure. It missed Doncaster. The train did. I don't believe it was an accident. They kicked everyone off here, right? Before the railway switch. Hang on, I got a text. Okay.
I will not move from here until I receive my refund.
It's a scandal. An absolute outrage.
Fucking move, Watson.
Don't touch anything, please.
I feel like am I missing something vital?
I had thought that all station masters knew the more...
Interrogation? Exclamation.
Ah, will I ever get any peace?
Uh...
The entire train has disappeared. It's a disaster. This road should lead to the town of...
I don't know what to do. Did I miss something at the beach still? Examine the side railway branch that begins at the railway switch. So I'm not done here. I've already checked everything though.
The switch is rusted, but it still works.
This is the side railway, right? So fucking lost. What the fuck does this game want me to do with this area? Like, there's nothing to investigate. But it's like, examine the side railway branch at least begins the railway switch. Yeah! That's where I am! And there's nothing to investigate. All I've done is wiggle this fucking thing back and forth. Watson, out of the fucking water. Now's not the time for a splish splash. Watson went for a fucking dip, dude. Honestly, I'd rather have a fucking invisible wall than the game, like, pop that window up every time. And I hate invisible walls, but the fucking game, like, basically grabbing you and spinning you around is so annoying. I don't know what else to fucking look at.
I'm always wondering what's on your mind, Holmes.
I want you to get out of the fucking way.
French wine, a remarkable vintage.
Figured it out. The last Zarpasley was found at the beach near the lake. The last Zarpas barges are leaders in heavy goods transportation. The last Zarpas label belongs to the Mexican consortium Caracol, who cover shipping, electricity services, and mining.
Here it is.
Mexican had recently utilized barges at the lake, probably to transport something very heavy. Train has been sunken in the flooded quarry. We need to prove that then.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
The railway.
I mean, they fucking just like put the train in top gear and flew it into the water. Now can I do something over here? Did I press A at all the right fucking places now? Can I look at the bloodied fucking thing now?
An abandoned gypsy caravan.
running out of ideas. Quickly running out of ideas.
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
Yay. I've examined the side railway branch that begins the railway switch. I've examined all of them. I've examined every fucking one of them. No, I can't. Jesus, fuck. Selecting that, like, kills this, and there's, like... So it had to have missed Doncaster. What if it couldn't be sunk? Well, then the railway core... Okay, so we can't do that. No. I genuinely don't know what to do. I am so fucking lost. It's telling me what to do, and I'm doing that, but it doesn't give me anything. It's just gonna do this. Just gonna go, oh, sorry, buddy, wrong way. Don't go that way.
Mines. This is interesting. It would be quite possible for someone to redirect the train towards the mines.
Because I didn't walk up to this fucking mine sign and do A.
Mines. This is interesting.
And then I was allowed to reconstruct the scene. Fuck you, Sherlock.
Here are the mines, Holmes. They appear to be abandoned.
Watson, why the fuck are you here? I'm sorry, but... You're just kind of here, not to really provide any insight.
Collapsed, Holmes.
It is curious, but to be truthful, I am not entirely surprised.
It's difficult to follow you, Holmes.
Someone removed these screws, most probably to take down the rails. A few feet of the rails have been dismantled.
Ah, here we go. Okay.
This is an unusual kind of paper, stiff and dry. It was used for a specific purpose. Let us look inside.
It's fucking cocaine. I knew it.
Sawdust. I am almost certain it is a... Watson, could you assist, please? Do you have your pistol? Good. Fire at this package.
I'm Watson now. Got a fucking... I have... What the hell? I'm aiming right at it. How do I aim this at myself?
Dynamite.
I had the train. Dynamite was used after the train was moved inside. Yeah, that one. The train is sealed underneath the collapsed mines. Yes, yes, go ahead. Seems really weird that no way that was an accident. Yeah. Also, there's no, like, evidence that... There's no, you know... If a train was sunk in the water, you could probably see the tracks left behind. Right?
This box must be the safe. Let's open it.
Ooh, boy.
The Mexican company Caracal and the Chilean Barcazas both want to buy the mines. I need more information. Perhaps Mycroft could help.
New instructions to Waycole security personnel. We inform you that representatives of Barcazas Group are granted free access from now on. This company is the future owner of the mines. Yeah, no kidding. You know, I forgot who Mycroft was. Also, starting from today, a no trespassing rule is upheld against any representative of the Caracal Consortium. The preliminary contract of sale has been cancelled. Do not provide any explanation. This information is confidential.
Watson, it seems that both South American companies were involved in the purchase of the mine.
The man at Doncaster who fled our approach, he smokes Mexican cigars. Perhaps...
Yes, Watson. We should certainly speak with him.
Yeah, but where is he? Is he back at Doncaster? I guess he is. Same
Please,
animation.
Sir, we would ask you not to leave. We have some questions.
Are you the police?
No, we are employed by the railway company. We are collecting witness statements about the train that disappeared last night.
Lo siento, I'm in a hurry.
Really? It seemed that you were waiting here for someone. Could you tell us if you were at the station last night?
No, I just arrived from South America.
A formidable journey, no doubt. Which country are you from?
De Chile.
Alright, let's critique the drip. What, do we not care if he's married this time? Oh, wait, hang on. What, because he has... I thought you were Mexican.
Chile? But you are Mexican.
No, you are wrong. Why would you think I'm Mexican?
See everything about you?
Because of your cigars.
See, cigarrillos. So what?
Those cigars are the Ricardo brand, from Mexico. It is quite impossible to find them anywhere but there.
Pero not your business.
I don't suppose that you are on vacation. What business brought you here?
I was to meet my fellow compañeros, who were due to arrive yesterday. They were on that damn train. I will stay here and hope that the authorities find them, or their bodies. It's now my responsibility to repatriate them.
Who authorized you to do that?
The company I work for.
Could you tell me the name of the company?
It's not your concern.
And what is your name?
Enough questions. Buenas tardes.
Not a very friendly man, and he is lying. He said that he just arrived, but we know that he has been here for several days.
Thank you, Watson. Where would I be without you? Has that time changed?
You'll find nothing interesting here, I'm afraid.
No. Is Mycroft the guy at Evesham? Oh, well, where the fuck? What? How do we talk to Mycroft? He's not even here. Use a telegraph. Now we understand. Why is the eavesdrom one always always the same time? There we go.
I asked Mycroft to find out some information on the WEA Coal Company.
I call him the WEA.
Here is his reply, and it is an interesting one.
There are two companies, the Chilean Barcazas and the Mexican Caracal. Both wanted to purchase the WEA coal mines. The Mexican Caracal consortium has established an initial deal and had prepared all the papers. However, the Chilean Barcaz group, aided by their influential connections, managed to snatch the concluding deal for the mines. The Mexicans held no grudge against the Chileans. Business has been... Let's get real here. Mexican organized the Chileans' stay on the train. That is why the controller removed all the passengers except the Chileans. Mexicans sealed in Chileans. How about that? Chileans made the train vanish or to steal the prototype from Mr. Robinson. The Chileans bought out the mines. I think it's this one. Chileans stole the prototype and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. Who knows what they might do next? Contact Lestrade and allow the police to perform their loud and swift justice, even at the risk of international conflict. A criminal organization such as this cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. Give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict, even though it might be protracted and turned to his own advantage. Oh, now we got something else here. It was carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. The Mexicans' inhumanity towards the Chileans has cost many lives. We must act quickly. Contact Lestrade and allow the police to perform to the... Yeah. Now this is... Now this is weird. Oh, there's another one. It's all about money. Mr. Robinson is a financial swindler. With the aid of his minions, he sealed the train and his fake machine underneath the collapsed mines to make a fortune from multiple contracts and insurance claim. Oh, fuck. This is hard. Like, it's kind of weird that he would hide his insurance papers, right? If this wasn't the case. And like, why keep the Chileans on? Let's see, who would want him off the train? Would the Chileans want him off the train, or would the Mexicans want him off the train? It's kind of weird that there would be a barge then, right? If they, like, why would they go through all the effort of there being a barge? And the Mexicans own the barge. Yeah, me too. And he was acting super suspicious too. I'm not missing a conclusion, am I? I don't think I am. Well, maybe if I did. The question is, did the Mexicans kill them? How did they kill them? It was carefully planned murder. Chileans sank the train in a flooded quarry to hide their crime. Yeah, no, me neither. I'm just seeing what kind of conclusions we can draw. I think the most likely one is this one. All right, I think I have. I mean, this is the most, based on the evidence, this is the one that like is the clearest to me. So, and in this case, I would probably go with political game than just fucking doing swift justice on something like this.
Then the case is solved, Holmes. What do you intend to do?
Well, I shall require assistance for the arrests. There were accomplices.
You, Watson.
I know that
Hands
look.
behind your back.
You have your own ideas. What are they, Holmes?
On the one hand, we have the local constabulary and advice from our friend Lestrade. The problem we have there is that the authorities seem to be incapable of acting quietly. They rely on brute force. It could result in an international scandal. Our other option is Brother Mycroft and his tedious political games. He will locate the guilty parties without any trouble, but it will be a long and drawn-out process, and possibly with some compromise that will be to Mycroft's benefit. But I think I'd prefer to give Mycroft a chance. We should overlook our personal differences on this occasion.
Let us go home, then. I'd like to begin writing a draft of this story.
I did not say that we had finished here yet.
Well, all right. What did I miss?
Watson, we know that the Barcazas Company directors were trapped under the collapsed mines, along with the train and Robinson's prototype. But we still need to corner the guilty party.
But how do you intend to prove... Oh, no. Please don't tell me we have to dig out the mines.
You may rest assured that I have a far better idea. We have only to use our corrupt Doncaster station master as bait. He will unwittingly trap our Mexican friend.
Of course, you already had a plan. I shall follow you, Holmes.
Well, the case is solved, and we shall be heading home. May we have 2 tickets to London, please?
Right away, but... Wait a minute. You've solved the case?
In a manner of speaking. Can you believe that the rescue service miraculously saved one of the Chileans who were on board the train? The police have ordered his immediate escort to London on the next train.
He pulled through, then? He's alive?
Yes, by extreme good fortune. His condition is quite serious, and the method of transportation has its risk, but he will be held securely by the doctor and police officers. The gentleman carries some vital information on this case. I am sure of it.
Ah, really?
Your station will be famous, Mr. Duff. The journalists will be here before you know it. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, you are under arrest.
Caramba! You traitor! You double-crossed me!
Quick time event. By the way, in case you're stupid,
Good shot, Watson. I always
cops
knew
don't
you were
actually
a
aim for the gun.
talented marksman.
I didn't want another
shoot to
life
kill.
lost in this case, Holmes.
Oh my god! I thought I was a dead man.
You shouldn't be so glad about it. You'll be up before the judge.
Your testimony will be of great importance to the investigation. I would remind you that your cooperation will be the best way to ease your sentence. By the way, Watson, would you be so kind as to give me some shooting lessons later on?
Yes, but not in our sitting room, and not with you wearing a blindfold.
it was carefully planned murder. The Mexicans killed the Chileans and sealed the train underneath the collapsed mines to hide their crime. A criminal organization that's spelt wrong, such as this, cannot be confronted directly. It requires a delicate approach. The decision was made to give Mycroft the chance to resolve the conflict. Even if we're wrong, I'm gonna keep it going. But you know, I just want to check. We're wrong. Guessing it was the Chileans then. It's kind of weird that the Chileans then would use a Mexican company for the barge.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
Well, we're 1 for 2. Okay. I knew it was gonna happen, dude. They were drowned? So much evidence points to the contrary, though, dude. So much evidence points to the contrary that, like, come on. You don't just drown a fucking train. And then that would mean that all the stuff in regards to, like, what? Did they just blow up the mines for fun? I don't know. A lot of red herrings in this one, I guess. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Guess the mines were just a red herring. Yeah, well, so that means I'm... Yeah, so I have a batting average of 75%. I'll take it. Whatever. All right, it was fun. What's today? The 3rd? Yeah, tomorrow will actually be like the first 6-hour stream I've done in a while. Yeah. So it'll actually be 8 to 2, I think. But then I work like 6 days in a row, midnight to 8. So we're gonna have like a shit ton of 3-hour streams this next week. So whatever. But I guess that's it for now. It's fun. I like this game. It's actually really fun. It's not like, it doesn't feel bad or anything like that. It's actually a pretty good time. I'm enjoying it. I kind of like stuff like this. But I guess that's it for now. Later.